Hey there, folks. I just wanted to do a recap over the weekend attending X East Coast Custom Knife Show. So if you guys already watched Wieners and Steel that we filmed at one of the restaurants over there, Fire and Oak, in the Westin Hotel in Jersey City, we pretty much did kind of like a quick recap over there. I apologize again for not carrying the tripod, and I had to hold it with my hands. My girlfriend was saying it was kind of making her nauseous watching the video. I understand. I apologize. But a few of my friends already told me that when they watched the vids, that they actually just let it play in the background. And unfortunately, we didn't really have much eye candy on the Wieners and Steel. So, you know, a lot of guys, and they do run long. So a few guys do just let it run in the background while they're working. I know JR, Knife Thursday, he often does that when he's like working on his knives. He just lets it run in the background while we babble in the background. So he's kind of just like listening to us. So hopefully it wasn't too bad with the lighting. I know the lighting was bad. The restaurant was very dark. It wasn't as well lit as Ruts. And of course, you know, you guys know my hands aren't the steadiest hands out there, but I tried to do my best. So hopefully it wasn't terribly annoying. But I just wanted to do a recap over X, and I just want to share the experience and my feelings on it. And I'm sure some of you guys that go feel the same way. I so look forward to attending these knife shows like New York Custom Knife Show, East Coast. I haven't gone to the Vegas ones. That's definitely something I gotta do. That's definitely on my bucket list, and definitely going to Blade. I look forward to it because not only do you get to meet the knife makers, which is pretty cool in itself, and then get to check out the beautiful knives that spread out for you. You get to hang out with friends. And I know I've said this before in the past, and I really, really love hanging out with these people. The knife community is so cool that to me, even if I didn't pick up anything or I didn't hit any of the lotteries, and I've done that in the past where I've gone and I haven't picked up anything at all, but just the experience hanging out with my buds over there and meeting new people, which I did this weekend, is, to me, that makes up for everything. Just getting to hang out with the knife community is so awesome. So firstly, I want to thank 50/50 Productions, the people behind East Coast Custom Knife Show and the Tactical Show and New York Custom Knife Show. Special thanks to Kylie, who hooked up the Wieners and Steel guys with like VIP passes for the weekend. That's right, VIP Wieners. Thanks, Kylie. Awesome. Thanks for being our host. And you know, hopefully you enjoy some of the coverage that we've put on the YouTube. And again, I want to apologize for the vids. You know, they're quick clips, and I don't really plan it out. I just go and just start filming it, and then I upload it as quick as possible for you guys, so you kind of like get it the same day. It seemed like a lot of people appreciated it. But if you want to check out better footage, who took really good video, check out Kalishnikov 123 Cole. His video was like perfect. Cole has like him and his partner there, Alex Paintballer. They take some nice vids, and it's definitely more steady than me. You know, and they do nice flipping action. So go check out their vid. That was I'm watching theirs. I'm like, man, they did so much better than me. You know, I'm just quick. And I gotta keep telling myself when I'm at the show, and definitely gonna remind myself when I go to Blade, I gotta go pan and do it really slow. You know, I kind of do it faster, and again, well, hopefully you guys get a flavor for the show. All right, so enough of housekeeping. So let's see. Somebody asked, what's the difference between New York Custom Knife Show? I mean, it's no comparison to Blade, so let's just compare New York Custom Knife Show to East Coast Custom Knife Show. I would say that New York Custom Knife Show is definitely attracts more of the prominent knife makers out there. A lot of them were definitely missing in East Coast. So, like for instance, Todd Begg, Mark Begg didn't make it to the East Coast Custom Knife Show, where they made it to New York. Lambert was at East Coast, but Lucas Burnley didn't come to the this weekend's gathering at East Coast. Let's see who else. I mean, this is who showed up. These are the main guys, and I apologize if I forget some people, but these are the main guys that showed up at East Coast. Kirby Lambert, Rezende was there, Terzula. I apologize to the guy that commented about Rezende. I didn't see him Friday, but I did get to check him out Saturday. Terzula was there, Bob Terzula, R.J. Martin, Alan Elishewitz was there. Hinderer Knives was there, but Rick didn't make it. Rick is in Germany, so he sent Rob Orlando as his rep. Mattia was there, but the Begg brothers weren't there. Jeremy Horton was there. Awesome, cool guy. And a few European makers. That's one thing I noticed about East Coast, that it seems to attract a lot more like European knife makers. A lot of makers like from Italy, Thorburn. I think he's from, I want to say Andre's from South Africa. I could be wrong, but it seems to attract a lot more people from the other side of the pond. So, not that South Africa is in Europe, but you guys will know what I mean. And it seemed like a lot more expensive knives. If you saw Barry's post, he posted a knife, and it escapes me the knife maker's name right now, but this knife was going for $24,000. It kind of created a debate on Barry's page, but it wasn't unusual to find a knife that started at like $6,000, you know? These were like beautiful knives. In fact, there was one knife on Friday that I saw, and it was already sold by the time I brought my girlfriend on Saturday. This knife was studded with diamonds. I mean, totally a collector knife, you know, something. It's definitely not a user knife. I wouldn't think, with all those diamonds in. I mean, it had like, I don't know how many carats of diamonds in there. So my impression of East Coast attracts more collector type knives, if you'll have. I mean, some of the tactical knives are still there, you know, that were more, well, I should say not weird, but I am more attracted to. So, yeah, so if I had to do a comparison, yeah, I would say that. And then when you go to the New York Custom Knife Show, you get more of the popular knife makers showing up. One of the more popular, of course, is Lucas Burnley. So, yeah. So got to hang out with a few people. Got to meet some YouTubers and Instagram people that follow us on YouTube and on Instagram. So it was really cool. Got to hang out with Bill Gallagher, who's on YouTube. I'm not sure if he's on IG, but he's on YouTube. He introduced himself. He actually was looking for Nick Medivade. He found Medivade, and Nick is very vague. He told Bill just to look for an Asian guy. There was like hundreds of us out there. So I don't know, Bill just went, hey, are you Medivade? Hey, are you Medivade? That would have been kind of funny. But he eventually found Nick, and then because he saw Nick, then he saw Fast Bandit, and he saw me, and it was pretty cool meeting him. We also met Jeff, Rockhall Knives. He was pretty cool, showing us some of his whips, works and projects, and some of his fixed blades. All just decent people. And I think that's really the appeal of going to these knife shows. Just there's all these decent people. And I'm sorry I'm going on such a rant. I have a list here. It's actually right here in front of me because I want to get over everything. So my goal when I go to the knife show, besides hanging out with friends, is really to hit the lotteries, because this is the opportunity to get these knives at the maker's price instead of the secondary market. And they only bring so many. So I think RJ brought, I want to say he brought about 8 or 9 knives per day. And then that's what he'd, do in the lottery. Same thing with Alan Elishewitz and Kirby Lambert. These were really my top people right there. So as soon as I walked in on Friday, I definitely signed up for Lambert, Terzula, Elishewitz, RJ's. I didn't bother with the Hinderer knives because I already got 2 XMs, and definitely want to give other people a chance, and so don't want to be greedy. I'm not I shouldn't say, me, I buy it for me. I collect it for me. And I hate passing judgment on people, and I swear I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't know if I've got some kind of enlightenment, but I kind of see the whole knife collecting, knife flipping thing in a different light now. People have their reasons for flipping the knives. Definitely there's people there to purchase it and then flip it right away to make a profit. There's some purveyors that purchase it to sell it on their store. There's some people like me who buy it to collect it for the love of it. And there's some people that buy it for the purpose of course, they're fans of the knives, but they know they can flip it for a bit of a profit and then possibly buy the actual knife that they want. So I definitely saw that a few times in the show. So people will enter a lottery, boom, they'd hit it, they'd get it because they know they can flip it for a profit, and then bang, they get called for another lottery. I said, oh man, now you don't have the funds. Most people just don't have the funds, so they flip it, get the money they have, and then buy the real grail knife that they want. And I definitely did see this a few times. So yeah, so I'm not gonna pass judgment. These people aren't really especially even the people that are flipping it just to make a profit, they're not really robbing anybody. They're not taking it with brute force and just taking from the person's hand. They're entering the lottery and kind of like winning it fair and square, So so if you guys haven't seen this phenomenon about these lotteries, what happens is, you enter your lottery, and I'm not gonna lie, I brought my girlfriend and she entered the lottery for me, and a few other people did that. My friend Jonathan Scurvy, he entered the lottery, his wife entered the lottery, and we all know what's gonna happen, right? If I hit or if she hits, it's still gonna be my knife, But you know what? It's one lottery ticket per person, so it's all legit. It's all legit. So I'm gonna say just so many things, and the guys that attend the shows, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When the lotteries are being called, there's definitely people out there that looking to make a profit. So if a guy hits here's a good example. Friday, R.J. Martin's about to call his lottery, right? Say let's like 8 or 9 knives. I forget exactly. It's on the video. So my buddy's standing there. Actually, my buddy Pete, who works the door. If you guys went to East Coast or near a custom knife show, you guys all know Pete and Paul, the guys that are working the door. These are guys that are hired by 50/50 Productions to basically provide security for us. But they're allowed to enter the lotteries too. So I talked to Pete, and he's doing his job, just basically being security there. I go, Pete, did you enter this lottery yet? He goes, no, I was a little late. I said, dude, just go ask RJ right now if he can let you in and grab the lottery. Maybe you can get a lottery ticket. And sure enough, RJ, being the gentleman that he is, Pete asks him, and he, absolutely gives him a ticket. Throws it in. RJ had like some kind of a tub. He was dumping the tickets in. And then it's kind of funny because as soon as RJ starts going, I think the 4th or 5th person he calls was Pete. So Pete entered last minute, and then he ended up getting picked, and he ended up getting actually this very same type knife, this Q36, right? So Pete was happy. Now, Pete's not a collector. Not going to pass judgment. Definitely Pete's a working man. So I knew what he was going to do. As soon as he got it, he was gonna flip it. Hey, I don't know how much Pete makes working the door. If he makes $100, $150 for the day, that's probably max. So this was definitely quick. It will make the trip to East Coast, working East Coast, worth it for him. And I hope he doesn't get in trouble for this. But he did flip it, and so he paid $800 for it. I think he ended up flipping it for, I want to say $1,400, maybe $1,500. So how quick was that profit? But my whole point is, as soon as Pete won the lottery, these these guys, these pros that just solicit winners for their knives, you know, just offer money. And one guy, I'm not going to describe him because we all know who he is, offers Pete like $200 more. So he offered Pete basically $1,000. And Pete looks at me, he goes, "You think that's a good price, Mike?" I said, "Hell no. That guy's robbing you." Pete's my friend. I'm looking out for him. So I told him, "Nah, go walk around, go check out the different purveyors all over the place and see what you can get for it." And I ended up getting the price he got. So he was very happy about that. So I was happy because I'm happy that someone I knew, you know, won the lottery, even though he flipped it for a profit, whatever. But you know what? Good for him. Did it. He entered it legit, won it legit, and he sold it to, I forget, one of the purveyors out there. And then somebody's gonna get their RJ Martin at a premium, of course. Other people that hit the lotteries was, again, my friend Scurvy. Actually, his wife hit the lottery, and they end up getting a Terzula, which is really wanted, a Terzula. I blame that on Fast Bandit. Cool experience we had. We got to hang out with Bob Terzula, who is such a normal person. I mean, you can just shoot the crap with him and he will talk to you all day about knives. So if you saw our vid, you saw that he finally identified Fast Bandit's Terzula. You know, we had that debate going on if it's ACTF. Did I say that right? ACTF? Or if it's an Eagle Rock, or if it's an Athena. So Bob basically cleared that up, and if you guys saw the video, you know exactly what I mean. But how cool is that for the maker to identify the knife for you on vid, telling you exactly it's a one-off? So I'm happy for Brian, for Fast Bandit, that he finally got identified. Bob threw us some patches. So that was pretty cool that Bob gave us some patches from the show. Not everything here I got from the show. I just wanted to show you guys this because I actually picked this up a day before the show, Thursday. My whole back custom came. I'll probably do a proper vid on this. Now, don't hate. I've been waiting for this for way before Blade. So I was on the list. I was one of the original for the first run, or the whatever, only run for the Quebec's from way back when. My one-off that I have, you know, the stainless one, the satin one I got from Blade. So I was on the list, and then Blade came. I went and I bid on it, and I won that one. So no special treatment for Terra Fanatic. I was on the list. I was waiting for this. So I'll do a proper vid on it, but I'll just show you guys real quick what it is. I basically got what Meneve got on his knife. I always liked that flamed anode treatment that he got. But of course, this one has more amenities. It's got the steel liner. It's got the HRD just like the other one. I'm sorry, yeah. Does it have? I forget. My brain is so shot. Yeah, I think it's got an HRD. My custom, my one-off. It does. It's got this custom pivot. My one-off that I got from Blade doesn't have any scripture on it. This does. My one-off doesn't have jimping. And again, I'll do a proper vid on it. I'll do a comparison. But this one is not satin. This one's got an acid stonewash, which I requested from Jake. This one's also 4V steel. Yeah. So Barry also got his Quebec. He just got the basic stonewash, I think. I think though he was a little confused. He's saying that he wasn't offered, you know, any basically customization, but I think he was not informed properly. Because all I did was ask Jake. I said, "Jake, can I just get this, that, and that thing?" And Jake's like very accommodating. And Nick Menevade is also on the custom Quebec list, so he's getting something special. Yeah, so yeah, a couple. Again, we got to hang out with some good friends. I saw Gavco, who flew up from Florida. got to hang out with him. It was good seeing him. It's always good to see Mike because he's such a positive person. Jeff, who's not so positive, but it was still good to see him. I kid you, Jeff. I kid you, Jeff. Don't take that to heart. I love you, you little Keebler elf you. Jeff was there. He was pretty cool to hang out with. Oh, Jeff hit a Terzula lottery. That was awesome. Bob picks his name. I see his name, Jeff. And I go, oh. So I kind of looked over at I looked over at Vance, and I said, dude, Jeff just won. So, you know, not that Bob was in a rush. He texted Jeff, and then we basically scoured the floor to see if we could find Jeff, and Jeff showed up, and he picked up some awesome Terzula. I'm sure he'll do a vid on it. Sebastian also hit a Terzula. Oh my! So Scurvy, Jeff, Sebastian all hit Terzulas, which is what I wanted. That's all right. I still got the RJ. So it was pretty neat. It's actually I felt very good that my friends, people I know, were hitting lotteries. Unfortunately, Brian, Fast Bandit, who hit like 3 lotteries in New York Custom Knife Show, did not hit anything. His luck has run out this time around. But you know what? That's probably means he's going to be doing really well in Blade, which the Wieners are all attending. So look for us over there. I picked up this keeper from John Gray. John Gray was there with some of his knives. John's pretty cool people. My dealings with him, he's always been very pleasant, very friendly. And, you know, I like to support my friends and knife makers out there. So, not that I'll ever use this thing, but it was just so cool, you know. So, he's got a few of these in aluminum, and I don't know if I'll do a proper vid on this. But, yeah, so I got this one. I forget the material. Crap, I always forget the material. I'm sorry, I don't prepare for this. I know guys are going to comment that, oh my God. You know what? Listen, guys, I shoot the video. I don't over-prepare for it. I shoot from the hip. If I remember, I remember. But, yeah. So this is one of his keepers. Hit up John if you want one. It's pretty comfy. This one's a little weighty, but if you get the aluminum one, it's definitely lighter and more comfortable. You can get it with this bottle opener or without the bottle opener. Jeff calls it the penis. He said it looks like a penis with a big head. You guys see that? I don't know what Jeff's penis looks like, but this kind of reminds me of a penis. Just kidding, Jeff. So, yeah, while I'm on the subject of John Gray, unfortunately, and this is the second time it's happened, there are predators that walk around in the knife shows that just... And if you guys ever been to a knife show, you know that the knives are they're just laid out for you to check out. And it's so awesome because you're flipping and holding knives that some are so valuable you can't believe you can pick them up, you know? And some creep just housed one of John Gray's hinderers. I believe there was a hinderer on the table. I believe that's what it was. And I think the same thing happened to him in East Coast. And also Olamic. Not this show. New York Custom Knife Show. Someone lifted one of his knives. So, and that's the bad part about it. Because there's definitely predators out there that are looking to score. Because, you know, there's really no security. If you guys been to Blade, if you've been to any of these shows, you know it's very civil. There's thousands of knives, you know, just spread out, millions of dollars worth of knives just hanging out for you to examine. And some animal walks in and lifts this knife and just pockets it and takes off, which kind of like puts the damper. I'm sure John was very upset with that, and you know, Olamic cutlery when that happened to them. So that's the bad thing. I wish we could have witnessed that and, you know, reported this guy, and just to discourage it from ever happening again. But if you're watching my vids, dude, and you lifted those knives, you're a piece of shit. You know, and you're gonna get what's coming to you. But yeah, that's the one negative thing about the knife show. So, man, I'm talking too much. Man, I'm talking too much. So, yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. Just want to show you some of these knives. Here's my fixed blade from my friend that he made for me in Tennessee. So I actually got this just before the show, Saturday morning. I missed the delivery. USPS is kind of sucking. So this is, if you guys follow me on Instagram, this is the work in progress fixed blade I was showing you guys. It's a chisel grind. My friend is just a part-time maker. I'll let you guys know if he's gonna do full-time work, but I ordered this in December. I told him to take his time because, you know, he's got a full-time job, kind of like just does this on the side. So got the Mokum or Mokume right there. This is CPM 154 steel. It's got like this compound grind on it. I'm pretty happy with it. So it's just a necker. Everybody was actually pretty impressed with it. I was, you know, had this walking around with this around my neck, and I actually showed it to Kirby Lambert. I kind of like just forced him to check it out, and he seemed pretty impressed with it. Thank you, Kirby. I appreciate that. Yeah. So here's my lottery ticket from the R.J. Martin. I made him sign it. So he called my number. I made him sign the back of it as just a remembrance for me from the show. RJ was actually pretty cool. We ended up picking up, and his son Matthew, so I ended up picking up my girlfriend a pen from Matthew Martin. If you guys saw Wieners and Steel, we showed it on Wieners and Steel. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. Did I cover everything? Yeah, so yeah, just a little recap for you guys. So if you guys ever get the chance, I know a few people saying they meant to go, and you know, they were like 4 hours away, and for whatever reason things came up. If I had to choose which show to attend, New York Custom Knife Show or East Coast, if you can only go to one, I think I would definitely go to the New York Custom Knife Show. It seems like a lot more prominent makers show up, and you get to meet them and hang out with them, just like we hung out with Kirby Lambert and you know, Bob Terzula, and you know, and Rick typically is in both, and he's pretty cool. Yeah, I feel fortunate that both shows are in the New York, Connecticut, New Jersey area. We got to hang out with SRP Customs. Sergio was there, so that was pretty cool. There's just a lot of people hanging out. So, and again, that's the takeaway from this. It's just good to, you know, I love hanging out with the Wieners and Steel guys, and just all the guys in the knife community that show up. Yeah, so that's just my recap. Hopefully it wasn't too long, and hopefully I didn't rant too much. And if it's boring, I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah. All right, guys. Peace.